Recording
these,
in progress.
Angel Falls, Victoria Falls, or Niagara Falls, do you think is the tallest? The answer to that question is the waterfall in this photo. This is Angel Falls in southeastern Venezuela. It drops more than 3,000 feet. The descent of 3,000 feet is actually in two falls, an upper falls and a lower falls. The upper falls are much higher than the lower falls. Now we'll go on to discuss another waterfall. Do you recognize this waterfall? Of course, this is Victoria Falls on the Zambezi River in southern Africa. The falls are more than a mile wide at the top, but they narrow considerably at the bottom. These falls are much shorter than Angel Falls, but they're also much wider than Angel Falls. In fact, they're only 355 feet high, compared with the over 3,000-foot Angel Falls. Now, we'll move on to the last of the waterfalls we'll be discussing. These falls are, of course, Niagara Falls. These falls are actually divided into two falls side by side. Goat Island divides the falls into the American Falls and Horseshoe Falls. As we've seen, Niagara Falls isn't the tallest waterfall in the world. In fact, it's not even close to being the tallest waterfall. Angel Falls is the tallest at over 3,000 feet. Victoria Falls is far shorter at a height of 355 feet, and Niagara Falls is only half the height of Victoria Falls at a mere 167 feet. What makes Niagara Falls so impressive is its width. Niagara Falls is wider than Angel Falls and Victoria Falls. Because Niagara Falls is so wide, a higher volume of water passes over each of these falls than over any other waterfall. That's it for today. That's all on these three very famous waterfalls. Be sure to read the next chapter in the textbook and be prepared for a quiz on Friday. See you then.
Number 6. Which waterfalls are discussed in the lecture? This question is worth 2 points. 2 points for 3 correct answers. 1 point for 2 correct answers. And 0 points for 1 or 0 correct answers. Number 7. What is stated about Victoria Falls? Number 8. Why is Niagara Falls so impressive? Number 9. How tall is each of these falls? This question is worth 2 points. 2 points for 3 correct answers, 1 point for 2 correct answers, and 0 points for 1 or 0 correct answers. Number 10. What can be inferred from the lecture? Number 11. Listen again to part of the passage. Then answer the question.
That's it for today. That's all on these three very famous waterfalls.
What does the professor mean when he says this?
That's it for today.
That's the end of it. So we're going to check the answers. Let's start with with Adri Arias. You can tell me the answers of question 6. Which waterfalls are discussed in the lecture? Check 3 answers.
A waterfall in North America, a waterfall in South America, and a waterfall in Africa.
Very good. So A, B, C. Okay, very good. Sophia, what is stated above Victoria Falls? Sophie? Or Andre? Okay, anyone? Okay, so Adri, do you have it?
What is state about Victoria Falls?
Stated.
It is much. It is more than a mile wide at the top.
Yes, that's correct. So letter A. Okay, let's scroll down. Well, sorry, I think only you are answering, so you can tell me the answers of number 8. What is Niagara Falls so impressive?
Because it has a upper fall and lower falls, and because it is so wide.
So the answers are because it is so wide, and the other one is because so much water passes over it. So B and D. Okay, what about number 9? What is the order?
Teacher, I have the answers there. I don't know. I can.
Okay. Yeah, sure. It's, I thought you joined during the audio, so I didn't know if you had the answers.
Yeah, I had. Well, I had from that part. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It's
So
3, 2, 1.
very good. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Then you're right. 3, 2, 1. And Natasha, what about number 10? What can be inferred from the lecture?
Well, I'm not sure about that one, but I think is Victoria Falls is not as tall as Angel Falls.
That is correct. So letter B. And the last one, Natasha.
See, we are finished.
Yes, that's correct. So do we have any questions?
No.
Teacher, I am now here, just in case. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's do a couple of improvisations. Okay, Alfredo, can we read the situation?
Yes, you have a problem in the house or apartment, so you call someone for help.
Very well. So that's a situation. So Andre, let's imagine that you have a problem and you call Viviana for help. Andre, you there? Okay, so Alfredo, you have a problem and you call Viviana.
Hi, Bibi, I have a problem in my house.
Hi, hello. What problem do you have?
I'm I have problems with the hot water of my shower.
Did you call the company?
No, maybe you know how to fix it, how to fix the problem.
Well, I think you need to call them because maybe the problem is about the water and did you pay all the things? Or the problem is if some sink is bad.
The problem is with the water because when I take a bath, only cold water came out from the shower. But I'm allergic to cold water, so maybe there's a problem with the shower.
Well, I have a friend that can help you. If you want, I can give you the number and he's very good fixing the sinks.
What is his name?
His name is Pepe.
And when, do you know when he will be available to come to my house?
Well, I'm not sure, but if you want, you can talk to him, and maybe he can help you. I'm sure that he's a good person.
Okay, maybe you can give me his number and maybe I will call him.
Yeah,
And do you know something about the cost of the of the
yeah.
arrangement?
For visit, the cost is $20, but if he fix it, maybe you can discount the cost.
Okay, that's good news.
The number
Well,
is 0000999. 00.
okay, thank you. I
Welcome.
will call Pepe for to ask for his help.
Of course.
Okay, excellent. Very good, guys. So do we have any feedback from the rest of you? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I
I
think
was
it was
okay,
good.
and Bibi was okay too.
Yeah. You got a 2 if it was an evaluation. You have a 2. It was good. Yes, I have a couple of observations, small details. So I heard some sink is bad. So in this case, we cannot say some because it's only one. So we can say a sink is broken, right? Broken instead of bad.
And the problem was with the shower, not with the sink.
Yes. Well, anyways, in that case, you would say broken instead of bad. So the shower head is broken or the bath is broken. So instead of that, we can say broken. Yes. Okay. Then what else? I heard my friend Pepe is very good fixing whatever. So you say very good at fixing. He's very good at fixing things, at fixing showers, whatever, right? Then I heard, do you know something about the cost? So it'd be
Yo creo que
better to
ahí soy yo.
say, do you know anything about the cost? Usually with questions we say anything instead of something.
En la refri, en la parte de
Do you
abajo.
know anything
Bueno,
about the
muy rápido
cost,
porque es muy
etc.?
tarde.
Or do you know anyone who can fix it? So instead of someone and something, we usually say any in the questions. And instead of saying that is a good news, we say without, that's good news.
That's good news.
Yes, we cannot like count it. Very well. So, well, I'm going to take
Enciende, ¿no
attendance
veo?
before we do the next one. So, this is the 1, multiple 30. Adrianes,
Present.
Adri Sancho, Alfredo,
Sure,
Here.
they are having some electricity issues, so they will be late today.
okay, thank you.
But I'm
Adri and Sebas are having.
yeah, audience.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Andre,
Present.
Anthony, Ashley,
Ashley is going to be late today.
okay, thank you. Justin,
Here.
Karen,
Here.
Natasha,
He was here. Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Sebas, Sofia Castro,
Present.
Sofia Mendez,
Here.
and Bibi.
Here, teacher.
Okay, very well. Let's see situation number 2. Karen, can you read the situation?
You and a classmate will graduate from high school this year. Both are still undecided about what you might or could do in the future. You are sharing ideas.
Thank you. So, Sofia Castro, you're still in high school, right?
Yes.
So you're going to do this one with Natasha.
Okay.
Hi, teacher. I have like some problems deciding what I want, and I don't know, teacher.
Yeah, so it's a good situation for you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, Sophie. How are you?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Sofia Castro.
No. Good, and you?
Fine, thank you. Well, you see, I have been thinking and I really don't know what I want to do in the future. What about you?
Well, well, I want to study international relations, but I'm not sure. I think that I have to think it twice because it's an important thing for my life. But yeah, you haven't taken any test for any vocational test, I think.
Well, I have, yeah, but I still haven't found something that that makes me feel passionate about it. So I don't know. And well, you about studying international relationships. Um, I don't know. What do you like about it?
I think that it's because I can travel and I can visit other countries and other cultures and yeah. I and your parents haven't give you any suggestion about what you can study?
Yes, my mom has. She actually told me about well, some things that I can do, and I will try them to see if I find what I want. But the thing is that, you know, the economic part is the hard one, right? Because for all those things you need to pay. So yeah, that is kind of hard.
So
But
you are thinking to go to a public university or to a private?
to a public one, yeah. But as I don't know what to study, I can like go right away to the university, you know, because you have to apply for the thing for a career. So I want to start some courses, and well, I have to pay for that. But what about you? What are you thinking of, a public or a private university?
I prefer go to the public because it will be cheaper for my dad. But if I don't find like one university like that likes me, I think that I'm going to be in a private. But yeah. And what are your abilities or I don't know that can help you to decide?
Yeah, I think I'm a good. Well, I think that I can communicate good with people, and at the same time, I'm good at well, maybe technology. I like those kind of things. So yeah, I'm trying to find something that I like. And what about you? What are you good at?
Well, um, I'm a good I'm a good seller, but I don't know. I think that I can represent like some company, and if that company wants to be in China and it's from here, I think that I can represent that. So I think that I am good at that, and that's why I want to work in that or in well, yeah, and that's kind of things. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I hope we can find what we want to do, find our area,
Yes, I
and yeah.
hope to.
Okay, excellent. Very good. So guys, do we have any feedback for them?
Mm-hmm. I heard my mom has.
So my mom has, right?
Mhm. And also university likes me. I think that the meaning there was that an university that I like.
Yes, it could be because she said like a university that likes me. So in that case, it
Uh-huh.
could be like a university that accepts me, maybe, or a university that I like, depending on your idea. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's kind of things, and I think that it's that kind of things.
Yes, so that kind or those kinds. So yes, if you say those, you have to say kinds. If you say that, you say kind. Okay, excellent. Anything else? Okay, very well. So well, I think the conversation was very honest. It sounded very real. So well, I have some vocabulary. So instead of vocational test in English, we say career test. Career test. Then I heard I would like to be a seller. So if you're talking about a profession, we say salesman or saleswoman. I could be a saleswoman. Because if you say seller, it's like when you're selling a particular item. Like for example, you want to buy a cell phone, so you're going to meet the seller. So it's the seller of that object, but it's not a profession. So the profession is salesman or saleswoman. Then I heard you're thinking to go to a private university. So you're thinking about going. Okay, we have to say about, thinking about going to a private university. And then in a university, you don't study a career, you study a major, right? Or you major in something. I don't know what I want to major in. So we don't say career for university. Career is like your trajectory, but when you're already working, right? So you can say like, Johnny Depp has had a very successful career, right? So career is like his resume, right? What he has done during his work life, but it's not what you study, it's what you do when you're working, right? Like your records and all of that. So it's different. So for studying
Guárdala
it's
bien
major, not
donde va.
career. And I heard I don't think I communicate good with people. So is it communicate well? Let's communicate well. Okay, very good. So I think that's that. So guys, well, today we're going to watch the new video. Maybe you can wait a couple of minutes to see if Sebas and Adri join, right? So let's do something else. Let's go to a video about grammar, okay, before we do like the 60 minutes video. So we're going to practice using the structure, like when you want to give orders or advice. So when we have to say like two people and two actions in the same sentence, like I want you to study, the teacher told the students to open their books, etc. So we're going to practice that structure to see how we can say it correctly. Okay, so you can take down notes. And this one.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick Shepherd. Welcome to 2 Minutes English. This is one of several videos when we talk about how we use two verbs together. Today we're looking at sentences like these. I want to go and I want you to go. In the first sentence we have the verb want and then the infinitive to go, and in the second sentence we have the verb want, then an object you, and then the infinitive to go. So you can use want in two different ways. Here are the three most common verbs we use in these two ways: want, need, and would like. And here's the first one. I want to go swimming, and she wants Sammy to go swimming. But you can't say, she wants that Sammy goes swimming. Here's the rubbish bin. I'll put that sentence in. Now the second one, need. I need to cook lunch, and I need you to cook lunch. But you can't say, I need that you cook lunch. So that one goes in the bin too. And the last one, would like. He says, I would like to congratulate the winner, and I would like the winner to step forward. And again, you can't say, I would like that the winner steps forward. So one more for the bin. Okay, now it's your turn. Here are 5 sentences. I want you to rewrite them like this. I want you to go. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about them, then I'll put in the answers.
So before he says the answers, let's see if we can complete them. So let's start with Adri. Adri Arias, how would you say number one? Come and visit me. I would like.
I would like you come and visit me.
One more time, I would like. You?
You come.
Help.
To come.
You come too.
I would like you to come and visit me.
Okay, here's number one. I would like you to come and visit me.
Very good, thank you. Andre, what about number two? Ahmed or Ahmed, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Ahmed should clean up the kitchen. I want.
I want Ahmed to clean. I want Ahmed should to. Oh no. I want Ahmed to clean up the kitchen.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, but we don't use should.
I want
no, without should.
Okay.
Ahmed to clean up the kitchen.
Very good. Let's have Natasha. What about number three? It would be nice if Ryan sat next to me.
I would like Ryan to sit next to me.
Yes, very good.
And three, I would like Ryan to sit next to me.
Excellent. Justin, can you please help me?
I need you to help me.
Four, I need you to help me.
Okay, very good. And Sofia Mendez, the boss told me to tell you, tidy up the office, please. The boss wants?
The boss wants me to tell you that I am the boss, please.
It could be, yes.
And the last one, number five, the boss wants you to tidy up the office.
That one also works, right? So you can skip like told me, and you can say directly this, but your sentence was also correct, so that's fine. Okay, so yes.
Wants me to tell you. Yeah, I don't know.
It could be, yes, your sentence was correct. It was a little longer, but it's also correct. Like the boss wants me to tell you to tidy up the office. It could.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, you can take a photo here. And in first we're going to complete these sentences. Okay. So you can use this box of examples to help yourselves. Ready?
¿Se les habla bien? Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm pretty fine. What about you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Nice. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's get started. Verb plus object plus should plus infinitive. Okay. Okay.
Okay, complete this into the correct form. My boss told to do the reports before Friday.
Give me 1 second, please. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. So, My boss told me. My boss told me to do the reports before Friday. But we have to use I and do. Or you. My boss told.
I'm not sure. I don't know if we need to use that two words or only one.
Yes, in the instruction says complete each sentence by putting the words in brackets into the correct form. So my boss told, I think we can use told me to do the report before Friday. I think is that we have to
Yeah,
use
told me.
to transfer.
My boss told
Yeah.
me to do.
Yeah.
Yes, and the
All right.
next one same.
Yeah.
Ask me to send.
Yeah, that's right. My colleague asked me to send a fax to the customer. Yeah. All right. And the third one, Tom wanted me to help him prepare his presentation. You want to do the fourth one?
Let me see. Tom wanted me.
Yeah.
Wanted me
Wanted me to help.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him to drive slowly.
Recording in
Very
progress.
good. Plus, only two good. Okay, thank you. Let's have someone else. Andre, number 2.
My colleague asked me to send a fax to the customer.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Natasha.
Tom wanted me to help him prepare his presentation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Let's have Adri.
I warned to the driver. I want to drive slowly because of the bad weather.
So we say, I warn him to drive slowly.
To drive slowly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Sophie Castro. Number 5.
Okay, please remind me to call Mr. Jones tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. Justin.
Okay. Please tell him to smoke outside.
Mm-hmm. Smoke. Okay, thank you. Sophie Mendez. Marta.
Marta didn't feel too good, but we persuaded her to come to the party.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Bibi.
Okay, the number 8. Okay.
8.
Nobody wanted to go to the conference, but our boss forced us to go to it.
Mm-hmm. So let's repeat the pronunciation. Forced us to go.
Forced us to go.
Forced us to go. Okay, very good. Karen.
Okay, I asked her to call me early tonight.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And Ashley, we showed?
We showed them how to use the new equipment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Do we have any questions?
No.
Okay. See what's next.
Yes, I can take a photo, please.
Yeah, sure.
And teacher, yesterday they had electricity problems there, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the evaluation ended.
You passed all the topics. Mm-hmm.
And what did they do with the thing that they were doing? I mean, with they can test 5, I think.
And so Karen was helping you like to develop that task. Yes, so yes, I think she asked, I don't know if it was Alfredo or whom to do the task, and then she gave feedback and everything. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but it was easy. Is that on tax 5, you have to, in your mind, you have to create 2 or 3 ideas or more to try to convince the other person, and later say 2 or 3 things about why they shouldn't go with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like points in favor and points against the idea, and that's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was like general suggestions about developing the topic. I think she said that you could like write it and you can send it to her, right? I think she said that.
Yes.
Yes, like if you want to, you can write down the speaking task and you can send her an email if you want her to.
Everybody,
Yes.
The one who wants.
we have to, or we.
It's optional, but it's good for you because I mean, if you do it, that's like feedback for you to correct mistakes and everything. So yes, if you have the time, you could like write down your speaking task and send it to her for her to check it. Mm-hmm. Yes, but I don't remember what the topic was. It was about the bicycles, right? Maybe does any of you have the photo, guys? Maybe you could send it to Sophie for her to see it.
Teacher, actually, I see here that there is a TOEFL preparation.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
Here.
Mhm.
That's the practices that we do unboxing, like the ones that we did about my favorite book. My favorite book was this one because it was about an ordinary girl or whatever.
Okay.
Or my
Okay.
favorite food is poutine because it is delicious. And yes, those are TOEFL practices. Yes. Everything that you see here are just like links to the material, but we usually do everything. So, well, let's start with the vocabulary for the new video. So we're going to read this to see if we have any questions. And this is vocabulary that you're going to hear during the video. Okay, so this video will be about, it's about a place in China where people from the United States, especially like they throw their trash there, especially like electronic devices. So the video will talk about like the poor conditions of the people who live there, right? That they have to deal with this pollution and everything. So this is the vocabulary that you will hear during the video related to that topic. So maybe we can start with Natasha. Could you read the first column?
Yeah, to be laced with, to crate, to load, to range, to dump, to pile up, to be trucked in, to be blackened. I don't know, blackened.
Blackened, like the color blackened.
To be blackened.
Okay, so questions with that column?
What does to be trucked in
What does be trucked in?
mean?
So it's like transporting something with a truck. So for example, in the video they say like, this town is so polluted that drinking water has to be trucked in. So it means like they cannot drink water from the rivers or anything. They have to bring it in trucks.
And to dump?
That is filling, like putting something in a thing.
Dump is throwing things away, trash. Yes, like, so the video will say like, Americans are dumping their trash in China. So it's like they are throwing away their trash there.
Oh, okay. Like in landfills and that stuff.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Sure. To be laced with?
Laced means mixed or combined. Yes, like when you're talking about like chemicals or something like that. So the video says like, This place is so polluted that the blood of the children is laced with chemicals, something like that.
Okay.
It's like mixed or combined.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And to be blackened?
Blackened is like ruined. No. Blackened is like ruined or stained, especially when you're talking about like the reputation of a person. Yes, so you can say like his reputation was blackened because of the comments he made some days ago. It's like his reputation was ruined or it's not as good as before. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Anything else there? Okay, let's see the next.
It's something that you don't have, right?
Yes, like
You have.
yes, like you desire something. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can use it for food, for example. Like I crave a sandwich or whatever.
Pizza. Yum, yum.
Yes. Okay. Let's see the next column. Hey, Alfredo, could you read it?
To be jump, to plazas, marbles, range, kidney disease, lead facilities, low income labor.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's say let.
Let.
In this case, let, because we're talking about a noun. So if it's a verb, lead, like a leader, right? But in this case, let, it's a material. In Spanish, plomo. Okay, so translation is different. Let. Okay. Any questions there?
About in past, when you refer to lead, it's led to, right?
Yes, but in that case, you're right.
All right.
Let.
And what does marbles
Yes.
mean?
Like wonderful things.
Okay.
But when you play with little balls, with little glass balls, those are marbles too, right?
Yes, but it's written with a B, not a V. Marbles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so the pronunciation is a little different. This one is marbles with a V, and this one is balls, marbles. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else?
Teacher, this video is going to be difficult.
It's not difficult. It's not difficult, but you have to pay attention because it's like about an investigation. So like they interview like the people responsible for this, and sometimes they say lies, or they tell lies. So you have like to be paying attention to the investigation. But it's not difficult. It's just like taking good notes and paying good attention.
Sure. It's difficult. Okay. To pose as is like, okay, well, to pose.
In this case, pose as means to pretend that you're someone else. So for example, you can say like some criminals, like people from La Reforma, they pose as bank tellers and they call you.
Okay.
It's like to scam. So it's like to pretend that they are someone else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else there?
No.
Okay. Let's see the next column. Karen, shipping containers.
Shipping containers, cat food, right up.
Mm-hmm.
Smuggling route, watchdog route, treaty, standpoint, lead solder, medieval acid recipe. No.
Mm-hmm. Medieval acid recipe.
Medieval acid recipe.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And before that, let's repeat let solder. We don't pronounce the L. Let solder.
Solder.
Okay.
And what?
Uh-huh. So lead, as I was telling you, is a material, plomo. Right? And solder means soldadura.
Soldadura de plomo.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And smuggling route?
So smuggling means transporting things illegally, right? So a smuggling route is like the route that people can use to transport things in an illegal way, like drugs, for example.
I thought the rate tube teacher, what does that word mean?
That's like a device that is found inside very old TVs. Karen?
Karen, background noise.
Yes, don't talk ill about Intensa.
$160 about what?
Hey guys, let's focus. We're doing this, okay? So to answer your question, cathode ray tube is a device that you can find inside very old TVs or very old monitors. And
is that?
Catodiano. Nada que ver. Es muy profundo eso de catodiano.
I don't know how to say it in Spanish. I didn't look for the translation, but it is this
como
subject.
la parte del cato donde pasa la energía y luego el ano. Bueno,
Yes, it's inside like old TVs. Yes, like it is in this part of the TV. So the problem is that this material or this subject can be very dangerous if you open it. Like it contains like a lot of chemicals. Yes, so that's what you're going to see in the video. Okay. Anything else from this column? No? Okay, let's see the next one. Sophie Manis, can you read the fourth column?
Okay. Dioxins? I don't know.
Dioxins.
Peasant farmers. Dioxins. Peasant farmers. Windpipe. Riverbed. Soil sample. Customs. Steam. Sleep.
Thank you. Let's repeat. Peasant farmers.
Peasant farmers.
And windpipe.
Windpipe.
Okay. So questions there?
Sleek?
Sleek is like something that is like very soft or shiny. I'm going to show you an image. So for example, you used to talk about hair, for example, like hairstyles. So this hairstyle is like very sleek. It looks like shiny and soft. Yes, so sleek. So it's like the texture.
Like soft.
It's like soft and shiny. Something like that.
What is riverbed?
Riverbed.
Riverbed.
So the riverbed is like the space in the ground where the river flows. Like the hole in the ground for the river to pass. Yeah, so for example, imagine that this is like a piece of land, for example, right? And then there is a hole in the ground.
Okay.
Right? So this hole is the riverbed, so that's like the space for the water to pass. Yes. Okay. Anything else?
Teacher, wine, I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Windpipe.
Windpipe.
So the windpipe is like the organ that connects like your lungs and your mouth and your nose. It's like part of the respiratory system.
I was thinking about when these engineers are trying to find the best way to pass through the wind, they use a windpipe.
I don't know. I have never heard that word. Yes, the definition of windpipe is an organ. I haven't heard if it has another definition.
Like
here,
túnel de viento.
I don't know what that is. I have never seen it. Maybe it's another word, but it's not windpipe. The only definition is trachea in this context. Yes, it doesn't have another definition. Yes. Okay. Anything else from this column? Okay.
This thing is the bad smell.
No, that's with a K. Stink. That has a K in this case, sting with G. Well, the literal meaning is like the way insects defend themselves. For example, a bee or a mosquito stings instead of biting, right? So that's what it means. But in this context, in the context of the video, a sting means a trap, okay? So what the video will say is that some investigators or some police officers, they set up a sting to catch the criminals. So like they set up a trap or an operation to catch them. So in this case, sting means a trap in this context.
Sting like a bee, like the boxing movie.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Anything else? No? Let's see the last one. Ivy, can you read the last column?
Okay. State of the art, so-called, tidy, dismantle, punget, detritus.
Let's repeat. Pungent.
Pungent.
And detritus.
Detritus.
Questions with this column, guys?
Pungent?
Pungent means like something that smells very strong or very bad.
Okay.
So
like a dead body.
Yes, exactly. Like a dead body is pungent.
Teacher, detritus?
So detritus is like a bunch of trees and pieces of rocks, concrete, etc. Yes. Let me show you an image.
Okay.
And so detritus is like this one. There is like a lot of wood, rocks, etc. on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. What else?
But does dismantle mean? Well, it's like in Spanish, similar, right?
Yes, like something broken into parts.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Okay, so well, let's go to the practice. You can take a photo here, and in first you will have 5 minutes to complete the sentences. Okay. After 5 minutes, we come back to check them. Okay, ready?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you? I don't know. Hello. This practice is a little complicated. I think that. I don't know.
I think the first one might be K.
Might be
Is a town in China where you can't breathe.
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 Yeah.
Breathe the air or drink the water.
For me, might be K.
K.
A town where the blood of the child brain known toxic effects. Or
I think no.
I'm not sure.
Oh my god. I don't know. D, no. Birds over a coal fire. No. Okay. It's a town in China where you can't breathe the air or drink water, a town where the blood of the children
I have no idea.
boards over a I don't know how to pronounce that word, fire.
Coal fire. No, but
Fire.
that's not the
No.
answer.
Is laced with
The
lead.
letter E
With
is
lead.
laced with lead.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the answer.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. All of these materials have
Brain damage.
boards over a coal fire. Pulling? No, I don't know.
No.
Pulling. Okay, have
K.
Of the materials
Noun,
range from great damage to
toxicological effects.
mutilation.
Yes, it is letter
K.
K. That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay, but really, there's
Okay,
there
but really
is
there is
Which one was the first one?
E.
The first one is E.
E. Oh.
Okay, but really, there's
Okay, there's we are
no way.
Of these
J.
No way
No
for
way.
them to
Yeah.
know.
J. I think it's J.
Okay, it
It
turns
turns
out
out a container that borders over coal fire pulling of thousands of containers.
No.
F. J. Back to time when of thousands of containers on an underground.
No.
No.
Definitely fill it in. No.
No.
Okay, let me read again. Illegal smoking.
Us
That
that CRTs were exported.
No.
That start in Denver was just one.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, was just one of thousands. That's the one that makes sense.
A ti solo empezó desde así a descartar desde la primera, ya. A ver cuál era, qué buena estrategia. Hey. Women were hitting circuit or chips or pouring of lead soldier. Men were using what is literally a medieval acid recipe to extract gold. Women were hitting circuit.
Women.
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 Women working which U.S. investigators.
D. Circuit doors over a coal-fired polling.
Yes. B.
D.
Yeah, B.
And the situation in
Witty.
With you, it's actually pretty capitalist. It's mercantile. It's reverse people live at their shop where they work.
Sorry, it's actually YU. YU.
YU.
It's the name of the city.
Back to a time when.
Yes. You have 10 more seconds. You can do one more. I breathe in every day is open that I can. My windpipe and affect my love. That I can. Definitely felt in my wind. F. Yes. Okay, time's up. So, well, you can take a picture if you need it. So I can send you that.
a second, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
We are going back to the main room.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Teacher, but
Okay.
we need to finish it now.
ECHI.
We're going to complete it together. Yes, it's because this exercise is supposed to be done only in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter if you don't finish. We have to go back after 5 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ready. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Time in
Recording
China
in
where you can
progress.
breathe the air or drink where you can't breathe the air or drink the water. A town where the blood of the children is laced with lead.
With lead.
With lead.
Mm-hmm. Very good. That's correct. Let's have Andre.
All these materials have a no, I don't know, teacher. That one I couldn't. But I think boards over a coal fire. No,
What do you think, guys?
it's wrong.
Non-toxical effects.
Can you read it with letter K, Andre?
Known toxicological. How do you pronounce that word, teacher?
Toxicological.
Toxicological effects.
So can you read that complete sentence to understand the idea?
Sure. All of these materials have known toxicological effects that range from brain damage to kidney disease to mutations and cancers.
Very good. Natasha, number 3.
But really, there's Jay was no way for them to know where all of this is going.
That's correct. Adri, it turns out.
It turns out the containers that of thousands of containers on an underground, often illegal smuggling route. It turns out the containers that start in Denver was just one.
Yes, that's correct. That started. Very good. And Sophie Castro. Did she leave? So Justin.
Well, I think it's letter B. Women were hitting circuit, which U.S. investigators posed as out chips and pouring of the lead solder. Men were using what is literally a medieval acid recipe to extract gold. Recipe.
Do you agree, guys?
Teacher, actually, being honest, I don't agree, but
you don't agree with yourself.
Yeah.
So which one could it be, Justin?
I don't know. Letter B is the one which sounds for me the better options, but the better option. It is D.
The best option.
The best option, yes. So can you read it with D?
Sure. Women were hitting circuit boards over a coal fire, pulling out chips and pouring off the little solder. Men were using what is literally a medieval acid recipe to extract gold.
Very good. So guys, let's repeat a couple of words from that sentence. Let's say women were hitting circuit boards. Circuit
boards.
And then let's say lead solder. Lead solder. Okay. Let's see the next one. Sophie Mendez, the situation.
Sorry, teacher, give me 1 second.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Can you speak?
Okay, the situation in Gaio, I don't know.
YU.
YU, the situation in YU is actually forget list. It's mercantile. It reverts. Let me see. It reverts as the CRTS were exporter. No. I don't say.
G.
Can you read it with G? Sophie, it
Okay.
reverts?
It reverts back to a time when people live at their shop where they work.
Very good. Billy, number 7.
Number 7, F. The air I breathe in every day is so pungent I can...
Viviana?
Teacher, I was talking.
It's fine, don't worry.
Okay, the air I breathe in every day is so pungent I can definitely feel it in my windpipe.
Windpipe.
Windpipe and affecting my lungs.
Very good. Let's repeat definitely.
Definitely.
Very good. Let's continue with Karin. You know?
Okay. You know, it struck me talking to those workers the other day that they were destitute and they're happy to have this work.
So pronunciation of the words with S. It's struck.
It's struck.
Very good. And Ashley, number 9.
And later, his lawyer told us the CRTS were exported under executive
Executive.
executive recycling's name, but without the company's permission.
That's correct. And
I don't know why, but
it's the only one that makes sense. Told us.
yes.
Yes, so it's the only grammar that applies there. And let's repeat CRTs.
CRTs.
CRTs. That's like the name of those televisions, right? Or those objects inside the televisions. Okay, and number 10. Let's have Alfredo.
But here's one more fact. The Federal Government Accountability Office said us a sting in which U.S. investigators pose as foreign importers.
Let's say foreign.
Foreign.
Okay, very well. Do we have any questions?
No.
Okay, so you can take a photo, please.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, so before we watch the video, I'm going to show you the questions so you know what to expect.
No.
Don't worry, you'll do fine. You're doing well with all the videos so far. So let's see the questions. Andre, number 1, what kind?
What kind of people around the wastelands in China? What was their attitude and that of town officials toward the reporters?
Thank you, Natasha.
What materials are extracted from electronic devices? Are all these explained?
Adri, number 3.
What methods are being used to extract the substances from the electronic devices?
Sophie Castro, number 4.
what has happened to the place where the wasteland is located?
Okay, thank you. Justin, number 5.
Who are the people working at these wastelands, knowing the consequences working of their has, why do they stay?
Ashley?
6, okay. What is
Executive.
executive recycling? What does its CEO, Brandon Richard, promise the public regarding the handling of their waste?
Let's repeat. Brandon Richter.
Richter.
Karen, number 7.
What did 60 Minutes find out by following shipping containers during executive recycling?
Vivi, number 8.
What did Mr. Richter say when confronted? Richter say when confronted with the information. What did their lawyer state later on?
Let's repeat. Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Thank you. And Alfredo, number 9.
What did the Government Accountability Office do? What else did they find out about executive recycling?
Very well. Do we have any questions there?
Go.
Okay. So let me show you the video. I will project the video and the questions at the same time so you can look at both. The wasteland. Let me see where I can put it. Let's put it on this corner.
Tonight, we're going to take you to one of the most toxic places on Earth, a place that government officials and gangsters don't want you to see. It's a town in China where you can't breathe the air or drink the water, a town where the blood of the children is laced with lead. It's worth risking a visit because much of this poison is coming out of the homes, schools, and offices of America. This is a story about recycling, about how your best intentions to be green can be channeled into an underground sewer that flows from the United States and into the wasteland. That wasteland is piled with the burning remains of some of the most expensive, sophisticated stuff that consumers crave. And we discovered that the gangs who run this place wanted to keep it a secret.
He said if we don't leave, we may get beaten up.
What are they hiding? The answer lies in the first law of the digital age. Newer is better. In with the next thing and out with the old TV, phone, or computer. All of this becomes obsolete electronic garbage called e-waste. You know, my computer seems like such a smooth, clean machine. What's inside it?
Lead, cadmium, mercury, chromium, polyvinyl chlorides. All of these materials have known toxicological effects that range from brain damage to kidney disease to mutations, cancers.
Alan Hershkowitz is a senior scientist and authority on waste management at the Natural Resources Defense Council.
The problem with e-waste is that it is the fastest growing component of the municipal waste stream worldwide.
What do you mean fastest growing?
Well, we throw out about 130,000 computers every day in the United States.
In the United States alone?
Correct. And we throw out over 100 million cell phones every year.
And here's what that looks like. At a recycling event in Denver, we found cars bumper to bumper for blocks in a line that lasted for hours. Most folks in line were hoping to do the right thing, expecting that their waste would be recycled in state-of-the-art facilities that exist here in America. But really, there's no way for them to know where all of this is going. The recycling industry is exploding, and as it turns out, some so-called recyclers are shipping the waste overseas where it's broken down for the precious metals inside. Executive Recycling of Englewood, Colorado, which ran this event, promised the public on its website, "Your e-waste is recycled properly, right here in the U.S., not simply dumped on somebody else." That policy helped Brandon Richter, the CEO of Executive, win a contract with the city of Denver and expand operations into 3 western states. Tell me what the problem with sending this stuff overseas is.
Well, you know, they've got low-income labor over there, so obviously they don't have all of the right materials, the safety equipment to handle some of this material.
Executive does recycling in-house, but we were curious about shipping containers that were leaving its Colorado yard. We found this one filled with monitors. They're especially hazardous because each picture tube, called a cathode ray tube, or CRT, contains several pounds of lead. It's against U.S. law to ship them overseas without special permission. We took down the container's number and we followed it to Tacoma, Washington, where it was loaded on a ship. When the container left Tacoma, we followed it for 7,459 miles to this place, Victoria Harbor, Hong Kong. It turns out the container that started in Denver was just one of thousands of containers on an underground, often illegal smuggling route, taking America's electronic trash to the Far East. Our guide to that route was Jim Puckett, founder of the Basel Action Network, a watchdog group named for the treaty that's supposed to stop rich countries from dumping toxic waste on poor ones. Puckett runs a program to certify ethical recyclers, and he showed us what's piling up in Hong Kong.
I mean, it's literally acres of computer monitors. Is it legal to import all of these computer monitors into Hong Kong? No way. It's absolutely illegal, both from the standpoint of Hong Kong law, but also U.S. law and Chinese law. But it's happening.
We followed the trail to a place Puckett discovered in southern China, a sort of Chernobyl of electronic waste, the town of Guiyu. But we weren't there very long before we were picked up by the cops and taken to City Hall. We told the mayor we wanted to see recycling. Mayor's going to ride up front. After you. Very nice car. So he personally drove us to a shop. Let me explain what's happening here. We were brought into the mayor's office, and the mayor told us that we were essentially not welcome here, but he would show us one place where computers were being dismantled, and this is that place, a pretty tidy shop. The mayor told us that we would be welcome to see the rest of the town, but the town wouldn't be prepared for our visit for another year. So we were allowed to shoot at that location for about 5 minutes. And we're back in the mayor's car, headed back to City Hall, where I suspect we'll be given another cup of tea and sent on our way out of town, with a police escort, no doubt. And we were. But the next day, in a different car on a different road, we got in.
This is really the dirty little secret of the electronic age.
Here's a CRT stand.
Oh yeah.
So they've been dismantling the CRTs
There's
as well.
A little bit of everything in here, and this is the place where they're clearly doing the burning.
Greenpeace has been filming around Guiyu and caught the recycling work. Women were heating circuit boards over a coal fire, pulling out chips and pouring off the lead solder. Men were using what is literally a medieval acid recipe to extract gold. Pollution has ruined the town. Drinking water is trucked in. Scientists have studied the area and discovered that Guiyu has the highest levels of cancer-causing dioxins in the world. They found that pregnancies are 6 times more likely to end in miscarriage, and that 7 out of 10 kids have too much lead in their blood.
Open, uncontrolled burning of plastics, chlorinated and brominated plastics, is known worldwide to cause the emission of polychlorinated and polybrominated dioxins. These are among the most toxic compounds known on Earth. We have a situation where we have 21st century toxics being managed in a 17th century environment.
The recyclers are peasant farmers who couldn't make a living on the land. Destitute, they have come by the thousands to get $8 a day. Greenpeace introduced us to some of them. They were afraid and didn't want to be seen, but these are the hands that are breaking down America's computers.
The air I breathe in every day is so pungent I can definitely feel it in my windpipe and affecting my lungs. It makes me cough all the time.
If you're worried about your lungs and you're burning your hands, do you ever think about giving this up?
Yes, I've thought of that.
And why don't you?
Because the money's good.
It struck me, talking to those workers the other day, that they were destitute and they're happy to have this work.
Well, desperate people will do desperate things. But we should never put them in that situation. You know, it's a hell of a choice between poverty and poison. We should never make people make that choice. Oh my goodness, look at the Ash River here. Oh my goodness.
It's unbelievably acrid and choking. What are we seeing here?
This is an ash river. This is the detritus from burning all this material, and this is what the kids get to play in.
After a few minutes in the real recycling area, we were jumped. Several men struggled for our cameras. The mayor hadn't wanted us to see this place, and neither did the businessmen who were profiting from it. They got a soil sample that we had taken for testing, but we managed to wrestle the cameras back. But the question is, what are they afraid of?
They're afraid of being found out. This is smuggling. This is illegal. A lot of people are turning a blind eye here. And if somebody makes enough noise, they're afraid this is all going to dry up.
Back in Denver, there was no threat of it drying up. In fact, it was a flood. And Brandon Richter, CEO of Executive Recycling, was still warning of the dangers of shipping waste to China.
You know, I just heard actually a child actually had died over there from breaking this material down and just getting all these toxins.
Then we told him we'd tracked his container to Hong Kong. This is a photograph from your yard, the Executive Recycling Yard. We followed this container to Hong Kong.
Okay.
And I wonder why that would be.
I have no clue.
The Hong Kong customs people opened the container
Okay.
and found it full of CRT screens,
Huh.
which, as you probably know, is illegal to
Yeah, absolutely.
export to
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Yep. I don't know if that container was filled with glass. I doubt it was. We don't fill glass and CRT glass in those containers.
This container was in your yard, filled with CRT screens, and exported to Hong Kong, which probably wouldn't be legal.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's not. It was not filled in our facility.
But that's where we filmed it, and it turns out we weren't the only ones asking questions. Hong Kong Customs intercepted the container and sent it back to Executive Recycling, Inglewood, Colorado. The contents were listed as waste, cathode ray tubes. U.S. Customs x-rayed the container and found the same thing. We showed Richter the evidence, and later, his lawyer told us that the CRTs were exported under Executive Recycling's name, but without the company's permission.
I know this is your job, but unfortunately, you know, when you attack small business owners like this and you don't have all your facts straight, it's unfortunate. You know, you can.
But here's one more fact. The Federal Government Accountability Office set up a sting in which U.S. investigators posed as foreign importers. Executive Recycling offered to sell 1,500 CRT computer monitors and 1,200 CRT televisions to the GAO's fictitious broker in Hong Kong. But Executive Recycling was not alone. The GAO report found that another 42 American companies were willing to do the same.
Oh, very well. Do we have any questions so far? Okay, so we're going to practice in pairs to try to get all the answers together. Okay? So give me a second to create them.
What kind of people run the wastelands in China? What was their attitude and that tone of official towards the reporters? Actually, I have to tell you, it is because I was answering some emails because of my new job. Well, I watched just the half of the video, but I just watched the final. Maybe from number 5 to number 9. But okay, we can work. Do you remember, well, what kind of people run the wastelands in China?
What kind of people? They coming of the school business. Some of the most are, let me see. What kind, let me see. The first one, what kind of people run the wastelands in China? I'm not sure. I wrote they coming of the school's business and all the people, but I'm not sure. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that too.
Okay, let's see. We can skip it.
But oh, I've heard something that the people who runs the wasteland, people who run the wastelands in China are the gangs.
Okay.
But I'm not pretty sure.
Okay, don't worry, we can say that.
And well, the attitude was hostile.
They were, hostile.
Yeah.
Were
with the reporters.
Still.
What do you wrote about the number 1?
Who? Justin.
Are you talking to me, Vivian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote, well, the gangs and that they were hostile with the reporters. And what materials are extracted from electronic devices? Are all these systems considered harmful? Okay, well, I know we have to explain in this one, but I just heard the material and it is, they are extracting the CRTs. So I don't, are all these substances considered harmful? Well, I don't know. I will skip that. What methods are being used to extract the substances from the electronic devices? Do you remember? Do you remember something about number 3?
Let me see.
But number two, what was the number two?
The CRTs, but I don't know how to explain.
CRTs and the gold, I think.
Gold.
But what? Yeah, gold. I heard something about gold and lead.
Okay. Gold and LEDs. Okay. And
Like
actually,
that.
I don't know how to explain why all these substances are considered harmful.
Well, they are harmful because they have the how can I say that they affect
They
the
are
health
toxic.
of the children. Yeah, they're toxic, like biohazard. And the children in that place contains in their blood contains a lot of blood, a lot of lead into his into their veins.
Okay. Okay.
And their hands has burns burnt quemaduras. I don't know how to say that.
Have burns.
Yeah.
Okay. What methods are being used to extract the substances from the electronic devices?
Give me 1 second. What method are being used to extract the substances from the? Well, they use another chemic syst or yeah, chemical substance to extract the what method are being used to extract the substance from the? Well, they are using another toxic things to extract those substance.
And number 3, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't know what are those.
It's for risking abuses because much of the poison they are talking about the poisons of this one comes of the homes and schools. That's right.
What methods are being used? Okay, so wait. Oh. I'm not understand. Okay. Okay, well, what methods are being used to extract the substances from the electronic devices? What did you say, Andre?
I don't know exactly where the substance, but they use
The
another
systems?
chemical things to extract those substance, but I don't know pretty sure what are those chemical things that they use. Yes,
Okay.
they burn. Well, they burn like a kind of substance to extract those. Well, it's extract. I'm not pretty sure, but do you remember the red? The red. How can I say? Let me go. Smoke. The red smoke that.
No, it is because
right. You couldn't
it's
see the
because
video.
while I was hearing the video, I was answering an email because well, I am going to start to work at Amazon, and I was answering an email, so I didn't hear I didn't watch the video.
All right.
It was like like a kind of substance.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
use
don't
another
know.
thing. Yeah, another method that they burn something to extract those substances. But something like
Let
that.
me see. They use chemical substance to extract the
The valuable things that the component has.
Okay, so they use.
But I'm not pretty sure. Let's move on to the fourth one. It's
Yeah,
better
okay.
because we are not pretty sure about that.
Okay. Well, what has happened to the place where the wasteland is located?
But it's completely
What
contaminated.
was happened to the place where the wasteland is located?
Well, there was some families living in there, and well, and this place is completely polluted.
Yeah, there were some families
and
living
and
there,
yeah,
and the place.
and the air is contaminated with lead.
Okay.
Contaminated
Okay.
about the poison of the it coming of the house and schools and everything places.
Yeah. Well, the adult pollution goes to the schools and the house of the people who lives there in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who are the people working at these wastelands? Knowing the consequences working there has, why do they stay? Okay. Well, actually, they know the consequences, but I remember now. I remember that because I watched the video. Um, they stay working there because the pay is good.
Uh-huh.
and and who are the who are the people working at this? I don't know, poor people.
Yeah, people and some gangs too.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something like that for people, and they need the money that those e-waste e-waste. That's what's the name of those kind of things, of those kind of wastes. Yeah, e-waste produced.
Okay. What is executive recycling? What does its CEO Brandon Richer promise the public regarding the handling of their waste?
Well, he says, well, what is executive recycling? Executive recycling is the company who takes the e-trash and they export those trash to be recycled in another place. But he said that he didn't know that some of those things are intercepted, and other people took that and sells those wastes, to those e-waste to Hong Kong, and there is 42 or 43 company that does the same, that they solve all those kind of thing, but it's illegal.
Okay, and let's see. So, okay, the company just, it is because I would like to grab this. Okay, well, the company who takes the trash and they who takes the trash, they didn't know some of those containers are you
Are taken to another place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To Hong Kong, but that part is illegal, and the CEO doesn't know that, and other people do that thing, or do those things.
What is the execute? What does it CIU CEO?
It's like a manager or something similar,
Ah, okay.
but of some of the manager of or any or a company or something like that. But those are siglas, but
Mm.
I don't know how to say that.
Mm.
Acronym initials. Let me.
Promise of their.
It's like at the
Well,
like at
I'll go to the
the
bathroom
jefe
1 second.
ejecutivo, something like that. All right.
CEO, yeah, CEO is like the
Chief.
manager.
The meaning of those letters are Chief Executive Officer. That's the meaning of CEO. Chief Executive Officer.
Mm-hmm.
El jefe ejecutivo.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, promise the public regarding the handle of their waste. The promise.
Yeah, the one that we said that they promised that those all that garbage is going to be recycled, but it's not true because another people take those containers and take to Hong Kong. Oh, some people sells that container, and that's the way they made money, or they make money.
But yeah, let me see. They talk about the green paste, recycle to royal pollution, high labels, prepare, and then
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
special yeah, and they needed a special permission about that. And and when the container left, they hadn't legal rules about that.
Okay, in which number are you?
6.
6. 6?
No, the rest.
Oh, we're in number 7, right?
7, yeah.
7. The shipping containers.
Okay. What did mean? Okay, well, this is
7. This
is like a more personal one. It's not personal opinion, but well, they find out that some families are living there, and the place is completely polluted. There is contaminated with lead. Okay, people, the guns. Okay, people is hostile with the reporters. They extract CRTs, gold, and leads. And some childrens are okay. Some children. Okay, we have to.
After
Recording
that,
in
we'll come back
progress.
to discuss the questions together. Okay?
¿Y esto qué tiene?
¿Cómo se llama? No, culantro, cebolla, culantro, yo le ponía salsa de soya, pero la mamá le puse salsa china, con pimienta, pero me pasó un poco la mano, así que estaba como... No, no realmente, solo
No me vamos a probar, ¿qué lo hice?
¿yo?
Sí, sí, porque la Jenny.
Sí, no, pero está... Lo único que es como con la mano con la...
¿Qué pasó la cebolla? Yo. No, porque no me parece. ¿Dónde está la cebolla? Ya la aquí. Del tamaño de la mano. ¿Culantro? Culantro, la cebolla es del tamaño gigante. ¿Era así? Entonces, así cebolla. Pero, esa china, ya. ¿Y por qué se llama la punta? ¿Por qué se llama la punta? ¿Qué parte del plano?
Ya es que hago mi casa queda un poquito mejor porque sí tengo un cuchillo corta y tengo salsa de soya.
Ah, no importa, no importa. A mí esto va a comenzar.
¿Se puede? ¿Cuánto es que tenía? Bueno, pero se puede.
Todo eso, vamos. Negro.
Esa no es
Super guapo. Super guapo de marihuana. Y obras y de cada día hay, ¿por qué le cuesta? ¿Algo de eso? El colapso, el brócoli, el repollo, la lechuga, el repollo no morado.
pero puede ser verde. Bueno, Ella le toda la comida, el almuerzo y el cena para 4 personas todos los días. Sí, se alimenta el perro, dice las cacas, los señores se me reconocen. Está linda, está linda. Es súper linda. Una vez llevó unos hermanitos que usaban ayer para dormir. Donde estaban todas rotas y yo pensaba botarlas y ya las paso de... ¡Ay, qué mal! Yo sí como mal. Yo también una vez vio que un pantalón mío estaba medio feo. Y para arreglarlo, ¿no? Y le dije, nada, no me lo trajo. Y la otra vez también lo hice. Y creo que te dije, ah, sí. Los días yo tenía que salir de mi casa y me preguntaban de dónde había, ¿qué fue? Lechuga. Porque preguntaban de lechuga y ella llegó, me la lavó, la partió y todo, me la daba y yo todo lo que estaba en mi casa. En la playa cuando los niños estaban haciendo fila para la lavación, ella tenía la familia más grande que la de nosotros. Y la lavamos. Ella era la señora. Ella estaba haciendo fila. Ella estaba haciendo fila, pero esa vez no logró que la vacunara móvil. Logró como una semana ya que la vacunara creo que en móvil. Ay, sí, en móvil se la sí, no, había unos pilones en el mall, ya ahora más bien, ya ahora más bien, o sea, sigue llegando gente, pero ahora es más como por cita, ¿no? Tanto por cita. Pero trae la pena casi sin dar la vuelta. ¿Cuándo le toca la segunda? En octubre, creo que 13. Yo fui a ese lugar, a las arcas, me tocó un montón de amigos, un montón de gente que ¿no? Sí, sacar. Ah, sacar. No, no concuerdo. Así que estamos viendo si... ¿Por qué le dan para negra? Si no, porque ella no tiene... Ah, no, señor. Yo estoy hablando con ellos a ver qué van a hacer porque si tenemos que ir a ponernos todos a algún lugar, no voy a hacer igual. Ah, pero tú trabajas, no trabajas con la universidad, es complicado. No, allá no voy a hacer lo que hay todo el tiempo, como un marco de poner. Pero tenemos una junta con eso porque tenemos que ir a ver porque dejan que la vacuna se debe usar por ustedes. Yo no. ¿Sabes? Es que yo me hago en septiembre. Del 27 de septiembre hasta el 25. No, la vacuna del 27. No, la vacuna del 27. No, que haga para más. Listo, chao. La cita es el 25, yo tengo la vacuna del papiloma el 20. No, tengo la vacuna del papiloma. ¿Cuándo es el examen? El 25. Pero la pone negra como ¡ay, no!
Let's come back. Adriana Arias.
Podríamos estar frente a una de las mejores piscinas hasta el momento.
There's a lot of background noise there.
Riesgo tuvo variedad con una
Adri
muy buena
Sancho. Alfredo. André. Anthony. Ashley.
Here.
Justin.
Here.
Karen.
Here.
Natasha. Sebastián. Sofía Castro.
Present.
Sofía Méndez. Sofía Méndez. Well, she's not there. And Viviana. Okay, so guys, we're going to discuss these questions, so please take notes because I'm going to help you with some details or some information that you didn't get the first time, okay? So let's start with Karen. What kind of people run the wastelands in China, and what was their attitude and that of town officials towards the reporters?
Okay, the gangsters. The gangsters were the people who ran the wastelands in China, and they didn't want to be recorded. The government didn't do anything to allow the reporters to live.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Ashley, what materials are extracted from electronic devices? Are all these substances considered harmful? Explain.
Materials like mercury and
You can help guys. They mention a lot of materials.
lead, mercury, lead,
Lead.
lead,
Gold, silver,
What else? Anything else that you remember?
and chromium.
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 Yes. And are these substances dangerous?
You sure, like where? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Lead, cadmium, mercury, chromium, polyvinyl, and chlorides.
Chlorides. And the other one, I'm not sure how to write it. I also heard it.
Aluminium.
Sorry, what?
Aluminium.
Aluminium. I don't know if they mentioned it, but it could be aluminium. You can annotate it. Yes, I think that's fine. And are these things dangerous, guys?
Yes,
Why?
because those those affect the brain and also is not make with the cancer.
It provokes cancer.
Provokes, yes, cancer.
Okay, yes, very good. And let's continue with Alfredo. What methods are being used to extract the substances from electronic devices?
They use very rustic methods like burning the other things and using acids.
So fire, acid, their hands, even. Very good. Natasha, what has happened to this place?
Okay. That is number 4. Yes. Well, basically, the now it's hard to breathe there because the air is polluted. Teacher, I don't know.
Polluted, yes.
There's also trash everywhere, and the water can be
Can't be?
drunk.
Drink it.
Drunk.
And the water can be drunk, and also all these things are making people or are provoking different diseases.
Yes, very good.
Teacher, I wrote water isn't drinkable. It's good.
That's okay, yes. That's okay, yes. Drinkable is like the adjective, but what Nati said was water cannot be drunk. So this is like
Yes. I was asking by my notes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say water is not drinkable.
Teacher, sorry, or well, I guess water can even be used. I don't know because I guess that is
Yes, it is dirty.
Yeah.
Yes, you cannot drink it. You cannot use it to wash clothes. You cannot do anything with it, basically. You're right. So, Adri, who are the people working at these wastelands and why do they stay knowing the consequences?
There are poor people that need the money. For that reason, they stay there.
Yes, exactly. Do you remember how much money they make, guys?
Like $8 a day?
Yes, only $8 a day and risking their health and their life for $8. So
and that's a good amount for them.
For them, yes, they consider it good. Just imagine like the type of life they're living. Okay, and Sophie Castro, what is executive recycling? What did Brandon Richter promise the public regarding the handling of their waste? Let me check my chat. Hi, Sophie Castro cannot talk, so let's go with Justin. We don't hear you.
Sorry, teacher. Number 5, right?
Yeah, we're in number 6, so you can tell me about executive recycling. Who are they? What did they promise? Was it true?
Well, executive recycling is a company in charge to create and to recycle in charge to create
in charge of creating.
Okay. In charge of creating recycling in all types of electronic waste. It will be proper recycled in the US. And actually, I don't remember a lot of Brandon Richter their its CEO.
So
And
Brandon Richter was the man that was wearing a cap, I think. I think he
yeah,
was wearing the cap. He was talking to a reporter.
hi, okay, and that company, they take the crash and they did it. Well, he told he didn't know, and some of those containers are taken to another place in Hong Kong. Actually, it was a lie, right?
Yes, he
Okay.
was basically lying.
Yep.
Yes, of course, if he's the CEO, of course he would know what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Viviana, what did 60 Minutes find out by following shipping containers from executive recycling?
Well, he talked about different things about they export the recycling to another place and they promise the garbage is going to recycling.
Is going to
Recycle.
help?
To be.
It's going to be recycled.
Okay, it's going to be recycled. And let me see. But the other people have a container.
Who is the other people? What do you mean? Like the people in China?
China. They send it
Yes,
to Hong Kong and probably they talk about they accept that recycling and companies and the permission about the legal permissions.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Karin, what did Mr. Richter say when he was confronted with information, and what did his lawyer say later?
Let me see. This is number
Number 7.
Number
Oh, sorry, no,
seven, yeah.
number 8. Sorry.
Okay. He knew what was happening. He knew what was happening, and that the containers was sending without the company permission.
The containers?
So, the containers was sent.
Were sent.
Were sent without the company permissions, and they were operating illegally.
Yes. But basically he was lying, just like Justin said, right? He said that he didn't know, but he was probably lying, right? Yes, and the lawyer too. Very good. And let's see the last one. Alfredo, what did the Government Accountability Office do, and what else did they find out about executive recycling?
The government pretend to be buyers for all
the government?
pretended to be buyers for all of the company materials, and they fall in the sting. And
they fell for the sting.
They fell for the sting. And the government, how can I say it? The government
discovered
made an investigation and discovered that other companies were doing the same.
Yes. Do you remember how many companies, guys?
No.
Like 40, teacher.
Yes, like more than 40. I think the exact number was 42. Yes, like they discovered that another 42 companies were doing the same thing as executive recycling. So that's a lot of trash, right? Okay, very well. So is everything clear with the video so far? Okay, that's fine. It's the first day. We're going to continue talking about it.
Hi, teacher. By the way, I want to.
Yeah, sorry. Let me adjust it. Give me a second to try to adjust the answers so you can take it. Please.
Thank you. Wait. Thank you.
You're welcome. Say 30. Let's go to English in Common. Okay, let's go to page 56. We're going to read an article. This one is also for evaluation. Okay, so this is the video for the evaluation, and on page 56 we have the article for the evaluation. But it's very easy actually. It's about the movie Finding Happiness. I don't remember the exact name of the
Pursuit
movie.
of Happiness.
Yes, that one with Will Smith. How to Find Happiness. Well, the movie is The Pursuit of Happiness, and the name of the article is How to Find Happiness. Okay, so we're going to read about the real story about this person, about Chris Garner. Give me a second to open the digital book. Okay, here we are. So let's see part 1. Hey, Karen, can you read the question?
Sure. What do you know about the movie The Pursuit of Happiness? Pursuit of Happiness. Discuss.
Very well. So, Natasha, what do you know about this movie? Have you watched it?
Yes, teacher, of course. I actually really like it. I think he's like a motivational, I don't know how to say the word, motivational.
You can say like he's inspiring. You can say he's
Yeah,
inspiring.
it's inspiring
because
he did a lot of things to try to reach well, happiness and good things for his life, and he also had to create like a different reality to make his son feel good about what was happening. And yeah, at the end he was perseverant and he got what he wanted.
Yes, very good. He was persevering.
Persevering. He was
Yes.
persevering.
Okay, excellent. Very good. So guys, now we're going to answer part 2. Andre, can you read the instructions on the questions? Andre? So Viviana, can you help me?
Yes, teacher. Group M, read the second part, read the article and answer this question. Who is Chris Gardner? What is the main idea of Gardner's speech? How is his life story an example of that idea? What was Gardner's life like before he achieved his dream? Read. Okay.
Very good. Sorry, let's repeat speeches.
Speeches.
Very well. So we're going to do that part in pairs. Okay, only part 2. Reading the article and answering those 3 questions. Okay, so you can take a picture there if you need it, and I will show you the article in case you don't have the book. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, and this is the article. We can take it in 2 photos, so you can look at everything. You can take one there.
Give me a second, please. Ready?
Okay, you can take the last part there.
Can you share the last one, please, teacher?
The previous one.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure. Are you ready with this one, guys?
Yeah.
That's the first part again.
Thank you. Ready.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to first.
Okay. First, okay, I'm going to start and after me, if you want, you can read. Okay. I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
You can just read one paragraph, then I will read it. Okay.
What is happiness? Do we ever actually achieve it, or is it just something I can see we put all our life? Listen to one of the Chris Garden's motivational speeches, and he will not only tell you that it's possible to attain happiness, he will also show you how.
Okay. Gardner's primary message is to do something you are passionate about. Gardner's something was becoming a stockbroker, being poor and having little education. The odds were stacked against him, but this was his change at happiness, and he will not give up. In his motivational speeches, Garner recounts the obstacles he overcame in his own life: poverty, homelessness, the changes of being a single father, and leaves his audience excited about the prospect of creating their own destinies.
Okay. The next one, this inspiring story has been the basic for both a book and a 2006 movie starring Will Smith. Both stories show what Garden's life used to be like before his remarkable success. In the early 1980s, he found himself suddenly single with custody of his young son, Christopher. The father and son do faced many hardships, even when given the opportunity to work as an intern at prestigious finance firm. There was a twist. The internship was unpaid, but Gardens didn't give up. After numerous additional setbacks, Gardner became homeless. He used to ride the trains all night with his young son, or sail subway stations or parks. When things got through, they would hide away in public bathrooms. Later, they would sleep in a homeless shelter. Little Christopher got used to this lifestyle at least, having one constant in his life, his dead father.
Okay. In one memorable scene in the movie, Gardner passionately tells his son, played by Will Smith and real life son Jaden, to never let anyone tell him he can do something. Gardner lived these words in the end. He achieved his dream of becoming a stockbroker, beating out 19 other competitors for the full-time position. After years of struggle, he wasn't used to this sudden feeling of relief and security.
Security. He
Yes.
went on to start his own multi-million-dollar brokerage firm and become the successful author and speaker he is today. More recently, he has also collaborated with the shelter that owns house him and his son to build low-income homes and create jobs for the homeless. Through his work, more and more people are inspired each day to pursue their own happiness in life. Okay, the first one, who is Chris Gardner? And he was his motivational speeches.
Yes. Who also was a stockbroker.
What is?
Oh, mira, Andre is here.
Oh, hello. Okay, what is the main idea? He talked about he's not only tell about that the things are possible. They said that they that he will also show and how show you
Okay.
how. And the second,
Yes.
the third, no, how is the life story an example of that idea? Gardner
Uh,
recounts of the obstacles he overcame in his
well,
own life.
yes, he was a poor person, and they persevered. Well, he in their life, in his life, and he was able to obtain a very good job. So, well, that's such like an example of that idea in that way. That's okay. That's why his own life is an example of that idea.
Mhm. He was a father
What?
alone, right?
Yes, a single father.
Single father.
Mhm. Okay. What was Gardner's life like okay, what was Gardner's like before he achieved his dream? Okay, he used okay, well, he was a single father, a poor single father who used to sleep in the bedrooms, and also let's see, um just because, well, I'm trying to see something. Well, yes, he was a homeless. He was also a homeless shelter, and well, yes, that was his life before he he got his dream. He achieved his dream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what was garden life like before achieve his dreams? Is the last one part right?
Yeah, that's what I
Number.
just answered.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
Wait a second. Okay.
Mhm.
Are there more things we have to do?
What do you say?
Are there more things we have to do?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And the third part, we can do it. I don't know. Read the article again and decide where the sentence belongs. Gardner's truth to provide for them never gave bearing is the pursuit of a better life. We need to tell A, B, C, or D. What do you think? Number D.
Huh?
The third part.
I just watching the picture Alfred sent.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Recording in progress.
All good?
I don't.
So, yes, we can start with you. Who is Chris
Well,
Garner?
he's the protagonist. No, I'm just kidding.
He's
He's Will Smith. Nice. Okay. Well, Chris Garner is now a person. Well, he was a I forgot. Let me.
a homeless man.
No. I was thinking in the. Let me see. Blog post. No.
A stockbroker.
A stockbroker. I was okay. He was a stockbroker, but before that he was a homeless who persevered.
A homeless?
A homeless person
Mm-hmm.
who persevered a lot for his dream.
Mm-hmm. Persevered.
Okay, who persevered a lot to become or to achieve his dream of being a stockbroker, and nowadays he do some motivational
Now,
speeches.
one time nowadays,
And nowadays he does
Uh-huh.
motivational speeches.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And let's see, Karen, what is the main idea of his speeches and how is his life story an example of that?
The main idea of his speeches is that you have to follow your dreams no matter what's happening, and you must always see who's by your side and be like an example of it, and always be positive and not afraid of everything. Just follow your dreams and to become someone one day. Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry. And Ashley, what was Gardner's life like before he achieved his dream?
Uh, his life was so difficult because he always went to different jobs and offered his I don't remember the name of the thing, and they always said him no.
So they always
Said to him,
help. They always said no to him.
and say no to him.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now we're going to do part 3. So it says read the article again and decide where these sentences belong. Okay, so in the article you have like some blank spaces like here and here and here. So you're going to insert these sentences there where they make sense. Okay, so you can take a photo of the sentences if you need. We can do that part in first. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gardner struggled to provide for them.
Gardner,
Never won.
he tells him to protect his drink and he wants something to just go get it. Number D, letter D.
Let me. He tells him to protect his dream, and if he wants something, he just.
He says, friend can't wait when we're up this morning.
Okay. Well, Garner's primary message is to do something you are passionate about. I think the number 1 is letter C.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and you see at least.
Ah, teacher. What page is this? Let me see. Ah, okay. I see.
56.
Okay, I think, teacher, I think number 1. Well, let me think of it a little more.
Let me see. Number 1, number 2 set.
Okay, well, I think number 2 is letter D, isn't it?
He tells him protect his dreams.
No, it's not.
No. Okay.
Tells his son they can't do wait.
So it will be B.
No.
No. Gardner provides to him never wavering in his pursuit.
Why A?
It is A because it's talking about like his sacrifice for his son, right?
Letter A, and the second is letter D, and the number 3 is letter D.
Do you agree, Justin?
Okay, let me think. Let me just read letter D. He tells him. Well, no, it is letter B.
Letter no. Let me see.
So,
teacher, can you show me?
Number. Yes. The sentences. So sorry, you said that number 3 is B like in Diego or B like in Brian?
I think it's letter B.
David, which one did you say, B or D? Sorry.
She told D. I'm telling it's letter B.
I think it's the last one. I'm not sure.
Yes, it is the last one, B.
Okay, D. Okay. So, well, the last one is letter B.
Yes. Yes, because in letter B, it's talking about his success, right? Garner's success
And
didn't
he
stop
talks
there.
about
However,
the dreams.
yes, exactly. Very well. So, any questions?
Well, no.
No, teacher.
Okay, let's go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Recording in progress.
Really fun.
We are time enough to fill up all the blanks.
Just saying, the end also finished. Oh, yeah.
Justin.
Yes.
I'm faster.
So we're going to sing. Let's start
Teacher,
with...
she's laughing. Tell her something.
No, she's just jealous.
Yeah.
So let's
Take 1,000, Justin.
take 1,000. Take a red one.
Take a red. Shut up and take a red.
Okay, so Karen, what sentence did you write in number 1?
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, teacher, let me see, it's because I only have, number 1 is C.
That is correct. In Adri, number 2.
The number 2 is the... I don't remember.
Yeah, help guys. Which one is it?
Okay. A.
It is A. Very good. Sorry, Alfredo, number 3.
D.
Ashley, number 4.
B.
Okay. Any questions there?
No, teacher.
Okay, so let's take a look at question 4 here where it says group work. Adri, can you read it?
What is something you're passionate about? What are you doing to propose it, discuss?
Let's say to pursue it.
To pursue it.
Very well. So we're going to discuss that question. So let's start with you, Adri. So Adri, what is something that you're passionate about in your life?
I like a lot the art, paint.
So one more time. I love
Art.
So I love art a lot.
I like art a lot. I used to paint with all kind of materials, and I would like to take it back. At this moment, I'm buying all the stuff to do it again, the pencils, the paints, the diligence.
Oh, that's right.
Canvas, all that.
Oh, cool. And you, Sophie Mendes, what is something that you love to do?
Many things actually, but like right now, what I can think is to spend time with my family, and what I'm going to actually today I quit my job, so that is what I'm doing now to pursue it. That's a good that is a good thing, teacher. Is a good thing.
No, yeah, but it was unexpected. It's good that you get to spend more time with your family. That's always good.
Yeah, just for these days, but
And that's why you were early today.
yeah, that's why, and that's why also I have a different background than some of the people here can remember it, and yeah.
Like what? What do you mean with background? Like the noise or what?
like no, the background on the video.
No, but we don't see you.
Yeah, right now no, but better work. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And Justin, in your case, what is something that you're passionate about?
Well, playing instruments and
Playing the
draw.
guitar.
Yeah, this is a guitar, this is a bass, and
Oh,
yeah, hear music, listen to music is something like, I don't know, makes me feel comfortable and happy. Any kind of music. I prefer alternative music, but any kind it's okay. And also I like to draw and to take photos. That's are the things I really like to do.
and those are the things.
Those are the things I really like to do.
Great. Okay, very interesting.
And I got a junior. I got a job. It is because well, Sophia told that she quit her job. So I think I am going to quit my job as well.
Why?
Really?
Because I got a new job.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so where are you going to work now, then?
Amazon.
Whoa,
Oh.
no,
Yeah.
I'm going to work as an environmental engineer in a company here.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Very well. So guys, we're going to take a photo of these questions over here. We're going to try to answer them in pairs based on the reading, okay?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, don't worry. Got it.
Yes.
Vivi, did you take the photo?
Yes.
Can you share the screen to take it? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, well, who's Chris Garner?
Okay. Chris Garner. Let me see. Well, he's a motivational speeches.
Well, 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 no. Chris Garner was a homeless person who always dreamed to become ¿cómo se dice? ¿Dónde está? A stockbroker. Okay. What's his primary message about finding
Sorry,
happiness?
let me see. It's, homelessness.
He was a homeless person who always dreamed to become a stockbroker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um,
Second, what's his primary message
what was?
about finding happiness?
Okay.
Something you are passionate about.
Well, I will say never let anyone tell him he can't do something. But what you do, what you are, okay, ¿qué estaba diciendo?
What is the primary message? Do something you are passionate about.
Ah, yes. Actually, that, yes, you are right. Do some about, okay. What happened to Mr. Gardner in the early 80s? Let me see. He found, okay, he found himself.
This is the number
He
three.
found,
Three.
number 3 is he found himself single with the with custody of his young young son. Okay. Well, what did he and his son have to do in those days to survive? They used to ride trains all night.
Sorry, what number?
Number 4.
Uh-huh.
And stay. Okay, they used to ride trains all night and stay in subway
Used to ride trains.
stations or parks. What was the only constant in his son's life at time? At the time. Later they will. Little Christopher used to this life having one constant in his life. In his son's life at the time.
Okay, let me see. What
He's
was the only
dedicated.
constant in his?
His only constant was his dedicated father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was Mr. Garner able to achieve his dream? Yes, he was. What happened later in his life? He went on to start his own multimillionaire dollar brokerage firm and become the successful author and speaker he is today. Okay. And let's see, number 8. How was he helped other? Okay, he is helping. Well, this is easy. Well, he is helping others because he collaborated with the shelter he used to live. He used and created jobs for the homeless. For the homeless. And that's it. Well, yes, that's it.
The number 7, he went on to start his own multi-million-dollar brokerage firm and become successful author and speaker he is today.
Sorry?
The number 7 finished at today, right?
Yeah, I put in number 7, he went on to start his own multi-million-dollar brokerage firm and become the successful author and speaker he is today. Yes.
It was easy.
Yeah.
This
Recording in
It's
progress.
very easy actually, in general. So I'm just going to start.
Because everyone
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone saw the movie, so
Yeah.
or most of us.
Yeah. It's easier to retell than some other readings. But just in case, I will tell you where you can find the exact answers in case you want to annotate them, right? To take down notes later or to practice later on the other days. So question number 1, the question is, who is Chris Garner? So for that part, you can mention like all of these, right? Like he's a motivational speaker, an author, a stockbroker, a businessman. So you can find like all the answers there, like basically in the last part. Then question number 2 is here, the answer. Like his message is that you should do something that you are passionate about. Then the answer for number 3, you can find it over here. Like when it mentions all that happened to him in the early 80s, right? Number 4 is there on the same part. And number 5 is here, right? Asking what was the only constant in his son's life, which was him. Then number 6, was he able to achieve his dream? It's over here. So when you answer that question, you can say like all the details, like how many people he beat for that position, how he felt after that. And 7 and 8 are in the last paragraph, right? Like all the things that he did after becoming a stockbroker and how he has helped others, right? So you can annotate those numbers in case you want to use them to practice tomorrow and the following days. So well, nice. I think that's it for now. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher. Good night.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Good night.
Good night.